Hello, hello, everybody. This is where we're at doing our first tutorial with our group with our RA1, no RA2 Pro rotary tool X tool. And being that's the case, for us, it's a beautiful thing that I'm creating something for my first ring rotation. I actually had to buy a device for this in order to commit to do this. It is the craziest thing that I had to do it this way because I thought it automatically came on here and did what I needed it to do. What I mean was you buy the machine, you automatically connect it, and it starts. So this rotary machine that you're looking on screen with, yeah, it's the first time I had to wait for a tool in order to do this. I'll probably be doing part two of this, which is going to be the inside of the ring tomorrow. But right now, I'm going to show you from edit to edit. This is going to be a wedding band for me and my wife. And based on it, I made a design, END, which is Elvin and Diana. So I'm literally showing y'all piece by piece how I'm going to edit this, put it out there, and take care of what I have to take care of in order to get it on there. So the white stuff on there is something called marking lube. I don't know if I can, matter of fact, let me open this up. It's called marking lube. If you can't see it, text me about it and I'll let you know. So the white stuff is on there just to make sure when I mark this thing, it comes up with a deep, dark mark. That's its whole job. So I know when we're doing metals, we're only using um, not infrared, but we could also use a diode laser. We just have to put some stuff on it. But today is not one of those days. So right now you're going to see literally how I put this together. This is a PNG that I'm putting together right now. Then I'm going to transfer this design to a element where I can use it better, which is click this, you look at it, it makes it black and white with the black and white grid, which I can use that, or I can use a sketch, or I can use this, which is the comic, or I can use this. I'm more likely going to use this comic too, but I could also use emboss, but emboss is fun, but not too fun. This is the best one. What I mean by the best one, black and white. This is what I need in order to put that image on my ring, and it's going to come together with me and my wife to make our whole. So right now, both. That sounds crazy, but yeah, I talk junk. I'm a junk talker. All right, so since we're doing it this way, we click this. We have the size 3127. The actual design ring goes in a certain way. So what we're going to do is crop this because it only makes sense to crop it to the right size so we're not losing a certain amount of space or a certain amount of time while we're doing this. Anybody has any questions, you can text while I'm here. I actually can see the text. What's up, brother? Nice to see you, Mr. I'm that B. Mr. Yappin Lens. What's up, brother? Then Melissa Connor. Melissa, how you doing? I appreciate you showing up. I always appreciate anybody that shows up to my stuff. This is strictly for learning purposes. If you have any questions, please let me know. But this is for me the first time I'm using this rotary with engraving a ring. So this is the open box to this. I'm using the RA2 Pro rotary with the X tool F2. I know I'm broken up a little bit over what I'm saying, but it does work that I actually say something. Oh, does it work? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I love when things work together. Appreciate you. So from here, once we crop it, we click this out. Now this is the size I want to work with on here. I'm going to be working on the outside of me and my wife's ring to make sure it fits. I'm going to keep an idea of, for a fact, that this number is 5 with 8.82. And that's what it is now. It might have to go a little bit bigger. Oh, why did my headphones go off? So as you see, once I add it onto here, this is where I'm gonna mark it at. So, that'd be that's what I'm talking about. I appreciate that y'all both think alike. Help a brother out. Respect, respect. Nana, what's up? What's up? Mecca, what's up? What's up? I appreciate you for showing up. This is um, a middle of the day engraving based on what I'm doing today, and Wednesday is my normal day to come on. So being that's the case, I wanted to make sure I have everything that I need in order to do tomorrow. Tomorrow going to be the inside part of the engraving. But we're going to start the process. We're going to see how long it takes. We're going to first look at the schematics, what it's supposed to look like. We're in Jarvis. We're at 500 DPI. We're at power at 70% power. We're at 120 dots. Now, I always move this 5% up just because the power makes a big difference to me. I look at it. We're not going to go into color engraving or anything. These are the manual settings that they have already set. So I'm going to see what it looks like. Boom. Oh, before we do this, let's make sure we refresh the cameras. Boom, boom. This is the refresher of the camera. Boom. So we definitely in the right place. Since we're on the rotary, all we have to do is press process. This is going to be a fast video. It's supposed to take 11 seconds. I might have to put more power or see what it's going to look like after I subscribe on it. Now to let you know, I'll take all my safety measures very seriously. So right now I got the push button. I also have the air, which you're going to probably hear in a sec. I always have the air going. And since this is up, I'm doing it for a video, but I'm still going to put this down because I don't think nothing should be unsafe. And being that's the case, I just want to make sure that everybody gets the same view I get by pressing this. We're going to, repress that button in here. See, once we kick over there. Now, it looks like it did nothing, right? It totally did nothing. Again, this is why we have test theories. We have all tests. Now let's look at what the camera says. The camera says, did I put it on there? I put it on there. It doesn't look like it did anything right now. So we're going to try it again. We're going to put 100% power. We should look at processing results. This is what we really want to look at. We're using the infrared. Infrared doesn't go through on plastic or different colors. So right now I'm going to try the infrared one more time. I'm going to change the settings for the 100% power and see what happens. I'm going to slow down this to 400 and see what happens. Let's go. Processing. Let's see if that changes the time. Change it to 10 seconds, even faster. That's interesting. Let's see what happens. Everything is a work in progress. I don't even see the laser going off. Oh, wait a minute. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to calculate the laser. See? And this is the kind of thing. So when you're working with a rotary, you always say, welcome to the stream. My man, Yappin' Lens, you got me, bro. How you doing, Honey Glow? 76. I appreciate you for showing up. And it costs you nothing but time to hold onto that screen. Now, what I messed up at was I know the size of everything I'm doing. I didn't get the range on how high it's supposed to be. So I have to look at this the level. So usually what you do with that is in order to find your level, you got to make sure it's in the right place. So for me, I put this on top of here to make sure it's in the right spot where it needs to be at in order for the laser to work the proper way. Now that's where the laser is supposed to be at, so it can honestly get onto the mat the way it's supposed to. So now I know for a fact that's where it's supposed to be at. I'll rotate this down, and let's see. We're going to try it one more time before we try that diode laser. Because again, the diode laser does work, especially with marking spray, but I want to make sure we're doing the right thing by what we're doing with it. So we're going to process again. Again, every day is a learning experience. I want to make sure everybody's always learning. Learning something. If you're not learning, it's nothing. Oh, something happened. So since that did what it did something different because it actually marked it. Now we're going to switch up to infrared. Let's see what the infrared do. The blue light. So the diode laser is the blue light. We're going to use similar settings, but we're going to switch this back up to 500 and see if the diode, like again, this is the first time I'm doing this. So being this the case, I want to make sure that we did it the right way. That's it. Boom. It says 11 seconds again. Let's see what happens. I refuse to say this was a failed start. This is the first time I'm using marking spray too. I see not one freaking mark on this thing. So now I know that this thing is not working the way I need it to work. The laser's moving because I see the laser. So now, again, this is literally what I'm doing right now on the spot. And I don't know why it's not doing what it's doing. I'm taking all the safety measures to make sure that everybody's safe. And I'm making sure that everything that we're doing on our end is right. We're going to do this at 33. I'm changing this to 33.4 for the laser. So now I know for a fact that that's what that did for there. Let's make sure the laser in the right spot. Captured it in the right spot. Boom, 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 boom. Everything else seems to be where it needs to be at. So now we're going to move this down to 3. I mean to, let's say 300. Or better yet, let's change the metal. We're going to change the metal to a 304. I like to make mistakes when you go live. What's up, Bryant? I like to make mistakes when you go live because when you go live and make a mistake, fixing it is your main objective. So you want to get to where you need to get to as fast as you need to get there. And yes, I'm that person. I'm going to change this to 100%. I'm going to change this to 300. And this looks like where I need it to be at. I should make sure that this is right. Yep, this is where it needs to be at. That's that. That's that. Everything else indicates where it needs to be at. What's up, T. Kennedy? Appreciate you for logging in. I'm going to move this design over just a little bit. Now we're going to try to process and see how much time it's going to take. That says 8 seconds. Let's see what happens. Again, I like the idea of making all your mistakes at the beginning, so when you actually jump on there and do it the next time, you know what you're doing because you already made all the mistakes. Let's get the mistakes out the way. That is definitely a fast design. And again, no markings. All I gotta say to that is wow. And I use the settings that they came up with. What's up? Oh, thank you very much, D Nice. You sent me a rose. I appreciate you. What's up, user 547? I appreciate you. So the durations. So now I gotta mess with some durations here. Let's try to do. We're gonna play with one of these settings. So when we highlight this, it tells you the lines between the lines. Dot duration refers to speed of the dots. The less speed of the dots, the more what's name. Let's look at the test grid. Test. Oh, you can't see it on your screen. I can see it on mine. I just want to make sure that everything on my half is running the way it's supposed to run, which it looks like it is. I'm still using the infrared. We're gonna raise this up to 500. You know, 530. Then we're gonna raise this up to 500. If anybody else have any suggestions of what I should do, let me know. I'm legit curious because this is the first time I'm running this for a fact. Why didn't I see my Instagram on here? I don't see my Instagram, so I cannot read my chat anymore. I don't know why it's not showing opened up. So on that purpose, I can't see that, so I'm just going to continue as is. Anybody has any questions, you refer to it, and I can see what I can do on my side. We're going to process this, though, the way we are. You're going to look at the time. It says 11 seconds. You see what 11 seconds do for you. So keep on trying until we get some marks on this bad boy. So now we're gonna try again. All we gotta do is keep on try again until we get to where we need to get to. Wait a minute, why does this say 19? That should not say 19. It's at 23.91. So that was off, I know that for a fact. And we're gonna put this on here. That's on a chuck. This is here. That's there. 1.9 for the measurement. Yeah, we know that. This is 33. Is that 33? That did not be 33. That's everything's where it's supposed to be at. Perfect. So everything's where it's needed to be at. The chuck is on. Everything's working right to my knowledge. Come on. We gotta make this like a pro. Pro-like activities. Am I missing anything in the chat? Or you want me to see? You're not seeing it?
You should try to do something for Mother's Day.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna be doing something for Mother's Day. It's obviously not gonna be rings right now. It's gonna be something different for it, and I'm just gonna set another time, another date for that kind of stuff. For right now, though, I am so curious why this is not doing what I need to do. So we're going to jump to the blue light. We got the 100 on there. You know what? We're going to slow it down. If you don't got the passes, we're going to turn it to 96. And
See what this does to the time. It's 6 seconds. Why is it so fast? I don't like fast. Fast means that it's not moving the way I need it to move. So we're gonna boost this back up to 6. Boost this up to 6. Matter of fact, wait. I remember one time I did this at 3,000, right? Let's do this at 1,000. Let's do this at 600. And let's frame it out. Let's see preview. Technically what it's supposed to look like is here. I love running the tests. So it doesn't know it's a ring, but it definitely is a ring. There you go. That's some numbers right there. Now we're gonna start this up. It says 47 seconds. That's right, this way. Let me know if I miss anything. We're gonna press this up, see what happens. Pause it over there. Now at least I can see what's going on. It's not working on the ring. I reset that by myself. Because that made no sense to me what it just did. So now I gotta reconnect the machine. Now we're reconnected. Booyah! Now I realize what's going on. So the rotation of the device is the rotation of the device. It's not giving me exactly the location where I need. So off center is supposed to be where it's supposed to be at. Nope, not going in there. We're going to outside. Diameter, that's right. This is pulling us off of there. Thickness 1.5. Oh, 0.0 is supposed to be left on here. You know what? I'm gonna turn off the rotary piece on this because I do not trust it with this second. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna make it flat. We're gonna turn it to infrared. So nothing's moving, is where it's at. We're gonna click it out. See, this is all again a process, 37 seconds. Let's see what happens. Everybody's learning something. We're gonna learn today. Stainless steel. 8 seconds left. That's good to know. Now I'm gonna try something different, guys. Take this chuck, move it over there, and we're gonna do this again. I'm gonna take another separate picture, put it on the gold, the silver itself, and see what happens with the infrared laser. Choose it on 6. This on 6, infrared. The chart is up. 3,000. If you're gonna put it on 3,000. 103,000. I like 103,000 actually. 103,000. Boom. Delete. Oh. Boom. Take this. Let's go 3,000. 100. DPI right there. Boom. Let's see what marks we can get on this bad boy today. 27 seconds. I marked my bed with that. So tomorrow we're gonna have part 2 of this video, and I hope you like what you see, even though
There's a
for
question in the chat.
oh, what's the question?
Says it okay to do that on gold or silver?
100% okay to do this on gold and silver. When you're dealing with the infrared laser, it for a fact works that exact same way. I wanted to show you better on this, but I'm actually running out of time right now on my personal stuff that I have to take care of. So tomorrow you're gonna see a finished product, and then we're gonna do the engrave on our inside of the rings. But right now this is what it looks like, and guess what? It came out pretty good. Like I said, I'm gonna try to show you what I'm starting with. If you really want to see how many rings I'm working with in all sizes, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like I'm doing right here. I got all these rings to test on. Hopefully some for sale at the nearest yard sale near you. Other than that, I appreciate y'all all for showing up, and y'all have a good one.